water does the reverse osmosis unit make? Well, that all depends on which one that you want to get. There's nothing that we can't customize for you guys. For our regular residential units, they make 50 gallons per day. What does that mean to you? It doesn't mean that you're gonna have 50 gallons of water accessible to you at all times. What it means is you're gonna have still the 2-gallon bladder tank that goes underneath the sink, unless we have done something custom for you guys. We have aquarium people, I won't call them like horse people and put them into a category, but aquarium have water changes. A lot of times they want a little bit more water, so we can order 4-gallon, 6, 8, 10-gallon bladders. If you have the storage for them, crawl space, we can go under, run it down, and hide those. Sometimes you have to give up an extra cabinet underneath the sink if this is something that use a lot of water, more than that 2 gallons, because you got to keep in mind, even that 2-gallon bladder, it has the bladder itself. So when you're putting that 8 pounds of pressure in there, 8 to 12, you're blowing that bladder up a little bit. So a lot of times I would just count on about 1.5 gallons of water sitting there accessible to you, and that should be able to maintain while it runs to the refrigerator if you're able to have that application done there. But realistically, they make about 50 gallons. That takes us to that term recovery time. Really important, because we're Lowe's water treatment dealer in most of our places in Virginia and North Carolina, and you see some of these cheaper units and stuff, it sounds like 15, 20 gallons per day. That sounds like a lot. It's not. When you're sitting there waiting, if you emptied it out from scratch and you're waiting 4 to 6 hours for that bladder to fill up, versus ours take about 1 hour and 45 minutes. But you get into the cheaper, lower end reverse osmosis units, and you're trying to run an ice maker, and all of a sudden you got pellets coming out because it's just not keeping up with it. But 50 gallons per day is usually pretty standard. Again, we can go to 100 gallon per day, shoot 1,000 gallon per day ROs for the whole home. For some people, put the entire reverse osmosis unit on the entire house. So, but for standard residential applications, drinking water, 2 gallons is what you have holding, 1.5 to 2 gallons, and they make up to 50 gallons per day.